If whatever current design you have is not getting the results that you need, it probably needs to change, and it might need to change drastically in order to get the results that you're looking for. There are many different reasons why people do redesign projects. If they're looking to, update their branding, or, a project that I do a lot, which is packaging. There's a thing that happens that I find incredibly frustrating, and I really wish that people would think a lot about before they pay someone and spend, probably months, potentially even years accomplishing this. Are the people that are asking for this project, are they ready to do something very different from what they're doing now? And the reason I say this is because many times over the years, people have come to us excited to change their brand, excited to update and refresh. Maybe they're trying to talk to a new audience, maybe they have new products coming out, maybe, the CEO is really looking to steer everything in a new direction. Okay, great. We dive into it, and then as we start showing things, it comes to light that a few key people on the team are not comfortable changing anything. Not feeling ready to change your brand and not being willing to let go of what you have right now, that's understandable, and there are plenty of good reasons to not do that, to not update your brand in any way. But you certainly should not waste your time hiring a whole team and potentially spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on a big project if you're not ready to do something quite different from where you're at now. Design can't really be effective if you're only making these teeny tiny changes. If you're just looking to make some very small, maybe very practical changes, that's fine. That's something that, a single person or an internal team member can handle and will do an excellent job at. But if you are going through the process of trying to rebrand or redesign something like from the ground up, you better have a really good reason and a really strong need to be quite different from where you're at now. Otherwise, you're just wasting your money. And I know that no one wants to do that. Like, no one wants to waste time and money figuring out that they just shouldn't have even tried this to begin with. You need to be sure that you're ready for a big change, and you need to be sure that you're ready to sort of risk what that might mean for your company. Sometimes people launch things and it doesn't go well. Now, there's ways to sort of soften or prevent this risk. You can test, you can put things out in front of people, actually see what their reactions are. But the thing that I'm trying to get at is, like, I've just seen a lot of people get confronted with something they're unfamiliar with and just get very scared to put that new thing out there, or they just don't feel comfortable with this new thing because they've been working with the old thing for so long. There's probably a lot of things that are great about your old brand or your old design, but sometimes you have to let go of things in order to improve. If whatever current design you have is not getting the results that you need, it probably needs to change, and it might need to change drastically in order to get the results that you're looking for. And you have to be okay with the fact that that's going to have to change in order to do that. So you really need to ask yourself before you go down that whole road, like, are you ready for it to look very different? Are you ready to, ease your way into like a new era, if you will? And if you're not, that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But like, please don't waste your time and money going through that whole brand design refresh if you're not ready for it. And maybe you're ready, maybe someone on your team is not ready. Try and work through that with them before you get started. And if that's really going to be a big roadblocker for you, if people are not committed to this idea that things are going to have to change pretty drastically, don't do it. Don't waste your time if you're going to have a big roadblock after you did all this work. Like, that's just sad for everyone. And I've seen people, both like the design teams I've been on and also internal teams, like be basically heartbroken because they put all this effort in, and then some critical team member wasn't ready to actually move forward with this new thing. Don't do that. Like, don't put yourself through the heartbreak, please. It's okay if you're not ready for the next step. Wait until you're ready. If you do really want to go forward with this rebrand or refresh, make sure that everyone is on board and ready for change. I hope that this helps you avoid maybe months and thousands of dollars of work, and that you don't have to go through what I've seen a lot of other teams go through. Please let me know if you've had this kind of experience happen before, both like designer or if you've been a client who's had to deal with this. I'd also love to hear if you have any tips for like helping to coax more reluctant team members like into being comfortable with a big design change, because that's something I'm really trying to learn more about myself. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll talk to you again soon. Okay, goodbye.